Hello and welcome back, my dear students. How are you doing today? I am Anushka, your computer teacher, and today we will be learning about charts in Excel 2010. Now you know that Microsoft Excel is a software that helps us in storing our data, in analyzing our data, and like that. So today specifically we will learn about storing our data and creating graphs out of it. Now, why graphs are important? The reason is simple, that as human beings we tend to understand graphical data better. Let's read our text from the book. Excel is a spreadsheet application in MS Office Suite that lets you store, manipulate and analyze data. It can be used to enter all sorts of data and perform different functions or calculations. And it helps you easily incorporate range of data into neat graphical display. A chart is a graphical representation of data in a worksheet. And why is graphical display or chart important? Because it makes the data attractive, easy and easier to understand and evaluate, right? So it's more attractive and appealing. It helps you understand the data easily and it draws comparison between the data. And why is Excel important? Because it helps you build a chart automatically. So remember that you used to make bar graphs and various other graphs, histograms in your maths class, and you were provided data and you had to use scales and pencils and pens like that. But in Excel you can do that just in a click. Let's study what are the components of a chart. Chart title, area, data series, plot area, X, Y axis, legend and grid lines. Let's see what are these in this graph. So if you see, the chart area is the total area of the chart and the plot area is simply the actual chart, which includes both the axis, labels, grid lines and data series. And what is the X axis? So you remember in your graphs that X axis is the one which is horizontal, Y axis is the one that is vertical, right? And next is what we have, the grid lines. So grid lines are these imaginary lines that are presented here. They are used to make the data in a chart easier to read. You can display horizontal and vertical grid lines. So it's up to us that what we want to provide is, we can also provide horizontal as well as vertical grid lines. Then we have to study what a legend is. So legend, as you can see, these are the names of the students, right? So they are being written as legend here. So what is it? It tells you what each bar, pie represents on a chart, right? It's usually color coded or pattern given to the data series. It has name besides them that are from the spreadsheet. Cool. Chart area, data series, you have learnt about it. So data series are the ones, they are the set of values that are going to be on the chart. It can be a line, slice or a bar. So these are the data series, right? So you take the figure or the number from your data and then you plot that onto this chart, onto this graph, right? So let's see what are the various types of charts here. Columns, 3D columns. So it represents the data in form of vertical bars, and in the bar and 3D bars we have the data represented in the form of horizontal bars. So I would like to present you a simple idea here. So what is the difference between horizontal and vertical? So if you draw an H, you can see the line here, right? I'll just bold this up with another color. So let's say I bold this with black. Okay, so this line is the horizontal line, and since in the V our lines look like this in both the cases, this is what vertical means. So horizontal, vertical, right? Now I think it will be easier for you to remember this forever. Now let's look at the types of charts again. So these are the lines, 3D line sort of charts. It represents the multiple series of data in a line format with data markers. And area chart, it's similar to the line chart except that the areas under the lines are filled in. Then we have pie chart, scatter chart, donut chart and waterfall chart. Now do not get confused with so many names. We will simultaneously demonstrate them in the Excel once we learn some basics from the text, and then we'll move to our Excel to demonstrate all of these. Okay, so rules to create chart. There are 3 rules to creating charts. It does not automatically add a chart title and subtitle. Okay, this is our responsibility, that we have to name our chart and provide it a subtitle. Do not leave any rows or columns empty, otherwise chart will leave empty spaces for your every row or column. If there are more rows than columns, Excel will plot the data by the column. The first column becomes the x-axis and remaining of the columns are the data series. Now let's see how do we create a chart. It's very easy to create a chart, but before that you must enter data in the worksheet. So as I said that we have to have some sample data, and with just one click we will be able to create a chart. Step 2 says click on the column drop down. Okay, let's go here. So I have presented some sample data of class 7 students, namely 6, and their marks in various subjects. So if I want to plot a data, I'll just select my data and go on the insert tab and select column. Now it's up to me which sort of graph I would like to make. Would I like to make a 2D column, 3D column, cylinder, cone or pyramid, right? So let's begin from the most easy one and let's select a 2D column. So our data has been plotted up and we can paste it here. As you can see that there is no chart title present here. So where do we add it from, right? So in the layout section we have chart title. Now we will give it a chart title based from here, and now we will edit that. How will we edit? We will just simply double click on it. So class 7 marks. So I have simply provided my chart a title. Now let's look at some of the other things that we can do, other functions that we can have here. So if my graph looks like this currently, I can of course change the color. I can change the color like that, or go back to the most simple one. I can change the rows and columns. Okay, so I'll go to change chart type, and then I can so I can create a pyramid graph of it. I can switch my rows and columns by clicking here, switch row and column. Now you can see that the rows and columns have been exchanged, right? I can select a chart layout, right? As you can see, the chart title is now up. I can rename my chart title. So it says marks of 7th class. Okay, cool. I can again change the color if I would like to. I can simply click on the graph and then select change chart type. We can create like this. We can have a donut. So you can see the donut graph here. We can also provide the percentages and labels to it, which is like this. So this is how we can create our graph. Now let's go back to the text and see what are the other options that we have. So we have learnt about all this, and also there's a little bit of fact here, that to create a chart instantly, select the data that you want to represent in chart and then press F11 key. So let's see how does that work. So let's see, I have selected my data and then I'll press F11, and yeah, like that we have our data, and our chart is added to another sheet, but I'll just anyway delete this. So delete, and now we're back to our sheet. Okay, to switch rows and columns, yeah, we just learned that to switch our sometimes you may want to change the way charts group your data to switch within the rows and the columns. Yeah, we just learned that there's an option provided here in the design tab. We just click on switch row and column, and then that's how we do it. We learned about adding the chart's title. We learned about adding a legend. We learned about adding axis title, right? Adding data labels as well. We learned all about that in the layout tab. Cool. Now we will look at the chart tools. So there are many ways to customize and organize the charts. For example, Excel allows you to change the chart type. Yeah, we also change the chart type in the options here in the design tab. So if I click here, I go to the design tab, we could just click on change chart type, right? I just converted it back to the 2D graph. Now, what are the other things that we can do to change chart types? Yeah, we have learnt about that. To change the chart style, yes, we also learnt about this. Formatting a chart. So there are other options to format a chart, whereby formatting simply means, you know, you are changing the colors, you're changing the details, changing chart types, and so on and so forth. So format plot area. So if we click on format plot area, so which is this, right? And if we select a texture to it, pattern fill, right? So this is how the graph would look like if you want some gradient, check, solids, chess pattern, like that. You can just go on and create your chart like that. Now we have another interesting feature which is called a sparkline. So sparkline is a very small line chart, typically drawn without axis or coordinates. It is just very convenient alternative to chart. You know why? Because these are small charts and they fit into a single cell. You do not need a big graph, but you can just take a cell, which is this in Excel. Every intersection of a row and column is called a cell, which is where we enter our data, or right. So that is a cell. It presents the general shape of the variation in some measurement. So if I would like, firstly I'll just delete this chart. I'll just go and cut it here. Now I'll write here sparkline. Okay. Now what sparkline will do, sparkline will present us a pattern as to how our data is being manipulated. The shape of our data, is it increasing or decreasing in just one small cell. We do not need a huge graph to represent that, right? Which is why sparks are important. Now let's see how do we draw them. It presents, these charts are usually located very close to the data they represent, making it easier to both spot the trends in the existing data and to see how the changes affect the results, right? So these are the various sort of spark lines. We can have a line sort of sparks, columns, or win or loss. Okay, so let's see. Similar to line chart, the line type of sparkline can appear with or without a marker for each data point. Okay, and then column, similar to column chart, the second group shows the column sparklines. A win-loss sparkline, it's a binary type of chart that displays each data as a high block or a low block. Okay, now let's see how do we create them, right? Okay, so generally you will have only one spark line for each row, but you can create as many as you want in any location you want to. Just like with formulas, it's usually easier to create a single sparkline and then use the fill handle to automatically create sparkline for the remaining rows. Okay, so we'll go to the insert tab. In the sparklines group, we will select the line option. Okay, let's see. So here we are with our data. We will go to the insert tab, right? We just got here to the insert tab. Now we can see sparklines ribbon. Okay, so what will we do? We select a line and it will ask us to choose the data range that we want. Okay, so we want to see the pattern of our students' marks from English to maths. Okay, so what will we do? We will select the cell number, cell range. Okay, so English marks are present in C2. So we will write C2, and the way you specify a range is from one particular cell to another particular cell with a colon in between. So this symbol is called colon, right? And now we will add F2. Okay, so by just adding that range, we have a sparkline to it. Now we can see that this is the pattern with which the data is increasing or decreasing. So it begins with 89 marks and then goes up to 95 and then decreases and decreases further, right? Now if I want to create a sparkline for this, I can just go back to insert and add a line chart here and then specify data range, or I can simply just select this button and then drag it down like this. It has simply added sparklines for all my rows. with just one pattern. Okay, now I would like to add a column sort of sparkline. I'll just take my range from C7 to F7, right? As you can see, we have created our C7 line, and if I just dragged it upside, then this is how it has created a sparkline in the bar form for this column as well. Now we will add another sort of sparkline. Okay, I'll just go and select like wind loss. As you can see, it has changed the values here as well. So that's what sparklines is all about. It is also very easy, and you just don't need to make the whole graph for any particular thing. It's just simple representation of the increase and decrease of our data. And then we have formatting options for it as well. In the new ribbon, we can change the color, we can change the marker color, we want it to show the data or not, numbers or not, right? So there are some things that you should know when you're creating sparklines and missing data. So if the data has blanks, sparkline shows blanks too. If it has 0, 0 value is plotted. So if I just go and enter 0 in Jaskirat's marks, so you can see that one data got disappeared. If the data has some hidden rows or columns, the values are neglected unless you enable show data in hidden cells option. Cool. So this is what we have learned in this chapter, and I believe we have covered all the important things very properly through perfect demonstration. But if you find any troubles with the exercises or with the text, just do let us know in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon in the next video teaching you more about the next chapter, right? Thank you so much, students. Till then, take care. Bye bye.